thinking, well, all the dogs and cats she ever had will come running to meet her. So I was comforting myself by thinking that someday I'd see Smiley running to meet me, tail wagging, face giving up to his name. My dad and Fred and Amanda worked on the farm, came out in the truck. They got ropes onto a road and aimed away. He got the meanest out of the system for the moment and went along quietly. Fred drove off with the bull and I started climbing down.
Don't be so funny then.
More Dad met me at the bottom of the tree. Looked over to a Smiley layer, got to say goodbye. The dog's not dead, if that's what you're thinking. He's not. Now he's got the hole in the shoulder and he's in shock, but I think he's going to be all right. Soon as Fred puts the bull back and take him to the vet. I went over to Smiley and knelt down and said what I hoped was the truth. You're going to be all right. And Smiley did get all right. You can still see the hole in his shoulder where the fur didn't grow back. It's round and it reminds me of a medal. So if Smiley doesn't get this medal, I won't be too disappointed. He's already got that one that counts. That's the end of that chapter. And then we got bears. Things.
Go back to British. I like the British one.
Which one?
British accent, the first one.
I remember it like it was yesterday. The cop put up some of Daddy's truck at the stoplight. Little boy in the back seat rolled down his window and yelled, "Hey, there's a bear in the back of your truck." I looked at a new big Newfoundland, got dyslexia, and it struck me, the boy was right. The new dog looked exactly like a bear. I've been trying to think of a name ever since we got the dog, and I've never been very good at that. Now I had my name. Bear. Bear is the smartest dog I've ever known. He sees something once and he can do it. The day we got Bear, he watched me go out the back door. Next thing he was putting his big paw on that handle and pushing it down. Now he can open our back door as well as any person. Bear watched my father go out for the newspaper. Now Bear goes out for the newspaper every morning. Then he rings the doorbell to get back in. As smart as Bear is, that's how dumb Snowball is. She's the big, white, fluffy dog that lives next door. Her biggest problem is that she's wild. She runs everywhere. If there's not on a firm to run, Snowball sort of dances or prances around. She's never still, and her running always seems to lead to no good. Last 4th of July, which is when the Americans gained independence from us, we were setting off firecrackers and Snowball grabbed one and took off. We tried to catch her, but she kept running like it was some kind of game. The firecracker blew up in her mouth. She stood out the scar on her lip. Once Snowball ran after the spot from Mr. Wilbanks' flashlight. When it got to the end of the room and stopped up the wall, Snowball didn't stop. She went smack into the wall. She still got a little bald spot on her head where she hit. Anyway, the day in question, it was Snowball's running that started to die. Bear and I were looking out the back window at the lake, watching the snow come down. I was wishing the lake was frozen though, so I could go ice skating. Bear was probably thinking the same thing. He loves the lake. In summer he swims in it, and in the winter he chases me around and pulls me across the ice. Suddenly Bear barked. I looked over at the woods, Skins' house, Wilbanks' house, and saw Snowball racing around the corner. They don't usually let Snowball out by herself. I guess it's because she runs so much. Anyway, Snowball flew down the hill and right out onto the ice. I gasped. It was early December, way too early to think about going on the ice. Snowball's not a huge dog, but certainly heavy enough to fall through. Its voice is making me want to go to sleep.
You sound like a stone bread.
I'm not there yet, Faith.
Do Irish then?
Irish one's hard. I tried to open the window to yell, but it all happened too fast. Snowball's running at top speed. See, I always see the British one. When she was about 50 yards out, she stopped. Her legs were spread in an unnatural way. I Oh, where were they now? She tilted her head to the side as if she was listening. She looked like these two dogs whose heads rotate side to side. I gasped and Bear made a whining noise. We both knew it was going to happen next. In an instant, Snowball disappeared straight down into the icy water. There, I stayed at the spot of broken ice. Never seen what seemed like an eternity, but finally Snowball bobbed back up. She immediately started clawing her way around the edge of the hole trying to get out. It was useless. The ball slipped off the ice with every pull. Terrible hopelessness swept over me. Last winter, Daddy and I watched a deer drown after falling to the ice layer. The deer tried to claw his way out. I wanted to run and help the deer, but Daddy said it was too dangerous.
Now are you Russian?
The deer finally gave up with the ice. This was much worse than the deer. I knew Snowball. She lived next door for 5 years to us. Bang! The back door slammed shut. And Bear was gone. I didn't get my coat or anything. I just ran out after him. Come back, I yelled to the bear. He ignored me.
You trying to be German?
He went bounding down the hill. I don't know.
He's a spy.
I expected him to stop at the edge of the lake. Instead, he ran out onto the ice.
He's
Yeah.
the mafioso.
No! I screamed, the ice is too thin! Bear kept running. He's always been sure-footed on the ice. I felt a spark of hope. Uh-oh, I'm back Irish. Bear could pull Snowball out without falling it himself. If anyone could do it, Bear could. Bear can do just about anything. Snowball saw Bear coming and clawed even harder. Bear was almost to the hole, but he was running way too fast. If he didn't slow down, he'd end up. I watched through the water as Bear leaped into the icy water of Snowball. I opened my mouth to yell, but nothing came out. I started to cry. Bear was not going to say something. He was going to duck with her. They were both going to slip away into the death of the deep. I couldn't believe Bear was making such a mistake. Bear never makes mistakes. Bear turned and lifted a giant paw into the air. I felt sick. Bear was going to try to claw his way out like Snowball. I didn't want to watch, but I couldn't take my eyes off him. With the force of a wrecking ball, Bear's right paw smashed down on the edge of the hole and broke away a large chunk of ice. Then his left paw lifted from the water and smashed away another chunk. His right paw smashed down again, and then his left, and then his right, left, right. Bear's paws began rotating around like a giant ice-crushing machine. A pathway was forming from the hole to the shore. A small jolt of hope ran through me. Bear's plan might work if he had time. If only he had time. A person can only survive a short time in icy water. But this was a dog, a big Newfoundland with a thick double coat. Go, Bear, go, I screamed. I often heard that encouragement can make the difference between life and death. Go, Bear, go, I yelled over and over. Bear continued smashing away at the ice, lengthening the pathway to the shore. Snowball swam behind him, her eyes big and round. By the time they reached the shore, Mrs. Wilbanks had arrived with blankets. We bundled up both dogs and got them inside. We rubbed them with warm towels. When we finished, Mrs. Wilbanks took the towel off of Snowball. I expected Snowball to run wild around the sofa like I'd seen her do so many times before. She didn't. Snowball walked, and I mean walked, not danced or pranced, right over to Bear and looked him in the face. Then Bear got excited. He ran around the sofa. It was the funniest thing I've ever seen. Snowball sat while big old Bear ran around the sofa. It's been 6 months now since then. Snowball doesn't have a single scar to show for the accident. She's still wild though. I guess some things never change, including Bear. He's still the smartest dog I've ever known. That's why Bear is my hero. Okay, we're done.